When we talk about self-defense calibers, 9mm dominates the conversation. It's trusted, proven, and well-stocked, but it's not perfect for everyone. That's where .22 Magnum comes in. This little powerhouse often flies under the radar, but for some people, it might actually be a better fit. Today, we're breaking down 5 practical reasons why .22 Magnum might just beat 9mm when it comes to personal protection. Let's get started. Starting at reason number 1, compact guns, bigger capacity. Reason number 1, compact guns, bigger capacity. Let's talk about something that matters every single day, actually carrying our defensive firearm. The .22 Magnum gives us options that the 9mm simply can't match when it comes to lightweight, high-capacity carry. Take the Kel-Tec PMR 30 rounds of .22 Magnum in a package that weighs just 13.6 ounces empty. Compare that to a loaded Glock 19 at over 30 ounces, and we're talking about a massive difference in daily carry comfort. Even compact .22 Magnum revolvers like those from NAA weigh mere ounces, while still delivering serious defensive capability. Here's the reality we all face. The best defensive gun is the one we actually carry. If our 9mm is too heavy, too bulky, or too uncomfortable for daily carry, it's useless when we need it most. The .22 Magnum solves this problem by offering serious defensive capability in packages so lightweight and compact that we forget we're carrying them. More capacity means more chances to stop a threat. More comfort means we're more likely to carry daily. And less weight means less fatigue during extended carry, which translates to better shooting performance when it counts. Consider the economics too. .22 Magnum ammunition is generally less expensive than premium 9mm defensive loads, making regular practice more affordable. When we can afford to train more frequently, we become more proficient. This increased trigger time directly translates to better performance in defensive situations. The ergonomics also matter. Many .22 Magnum firearms are designed with slimmer profiles than their 9mm counterparts. This means better concealment, less printing through clothing, and more comfortable appendix carry for those who prefer that position. That's a winning combination that's hard to argue with. At reason number 2, we have lower risk of overpenetration. Reason number 2, lower risk of overpenetration. In densely populated areas, apartments, or homes with family members, overpenetration isn't just a concern, it's a legal and moral responsibility. The 9mm, especially with heavier loads, has a tendency to punch through multiple interior walls, potentially endangering innocent people beyond our intended target. The .22 Magnum strikes a perfect balance here. It delivers enough energy to stop a threat effectively while being far less likely to continue traveling through multiple walls. This isn't about the round being weak, it's about the round doing its job and then stopping. We've seen ballistic tests where 9mm rounds travel through 4 or more layers of drywall with dangerous energy remaining. Most .22 Magnum loads, while still effective on target, lose their energy more predictably and pose significantly less risk to bystanders. The lighter bullet weight of the .22 Magnum, typically 30 to 50 grains compared to 115 to 147 grains for 9mm, means less momentum to carry through barriers. This physics principle works in our favor for home defense scenarios where we need to stop threats without endangering family members in adjacent rooms. Legal considerations also come into play here. In many jurisdictions, we're legally responsible for every round we fire, including any that overpenetrate and cause unintended damage or injury. The .22 Magnum's reduced overpenetration risk provides an additional layer of legal protection in defensive situations. This controlled impact makes the .22 Magnum particularly attractive for urban dwellers, apartment residents, or anyone living in close quarters with neighbors. We can defend ourselves effectively without creating unnecessary risk for innocent people nearby. That's responsible gun ownership and smart defensive planning. Coming in at number 3, we have easier to control and shoot accurately. Reason number 3, easier to control and shoot accurately. When it comes to self-defense, we can't stress this enough. Shot placement is king. And here's where the .22 Magnum absolutely shines. With a recoil energy of just 0.9 to 1.2 foot-pounds compared to the 9mm 4 to 6 foot-pounds, we're talking about a massive difference in controllability. What does this mean in real-world terms? Faster follow-up shots, more accurate placement under stress. And here's the kicker. When adrenaline is pumping and your hands are shaking, that reduced recoil becomes a game changer. We've seen countless shooters who struggle with 9mm recoil absolutely nail their targets with .22 Magnum. This advantage becomes even more pronounced for shooters with smaller hands, older adults, or anyone dealing with arthritis or grip strength issues. The .22 Magnum doesn't punish you for pulling the trigger. Instead, it stays on target, allowing for rapid, accurate fire when every shot counts. In high-stress scenarios, we lose fine motor control. The .22 Magnum's gentle recoil means we can maintain better sight picture and trigger control when it matters most. That's not theory, that's practical defensive shooting reality. At number 4, we have cheaper practice, better skills. Reason number 4, cheaper practice, better skills. Here's a truth that bears repeating. A well-placed .22 Magnum round will stop a threat more effectively than a poorly placed 9mm round. The reduced recoil and increased controllability of the .22 Magnum directly translate to better shot placement under stress. But there's more to it than just accuracy. The .22 Magnum isn't quiet. It's a legitimately loud, flashy round that creates significant muzzle blast and visual deterrent effect. The psychological impact of being shot at, regardless of caliber, is substantial. Many defensive encounters end simply because the attacker realizes they're facing armed resistance. The .22 Magnum's high velocity creates a sharp crack that's unmistakably gunfire. Combined with the muzzle flash from most defensive loads, it provides both audio and visual deterrent effects that can stop an encounter before multiple rounds are needed. Most importantly, the confidence that comes from being able to shoot the .22 Magnum accurately translates to better performance under stress. When we know we can hit what we're aiming at, we shoot with more precision and less panic. That confidence can be the difference between stopping a threat quickly and finding ourselves in a prolonged engagement. The loudest gun in the world won't help us if we can't hit our target. The .22 Magnum gives us the accuracy we need with enough power to get the job done. And finally, reason number 5, surprising penetration and performance. Reason number 5, surprising penetration and performance. Here's where people get surprised. The .22 Magnum isn't just a glorified .22 long rifle. It's a legitimate defensive round with serious penetration capabilities. With velocities reaching 1,400 to 2,200 feet per second depending on barrel length and load, we're looking at impressive terminal performance. Quality .22. Magnum loads like the Spear Gold Dot or Hornady Critical Defense consistently achieve 12 to 16 inches of penetration in ballistic gelatin, right in that FBI recommended sweet spot. We're not talking about marginal performance here. We're talking about rounds that meet or exceed federal standards for defensive effectiveness. The high velocity of the .22 Magnum creates a different wound channel than slower, heavier bullets. That speed translates to energy transfer and tissue disruption that stops threats effectively. Plus, that velocity helps the round maintain its energy even after passing through light barriers like clothing or car doors. Some might argue that bigger is always better, but penetration isn't just about bullet diameter, it's about energy delivery. The .22 Magnum delivers that energy in a controlled, predictable package that gets the job done without the excessive recoil that can throw off our aim. We're not here to bash 9mm. It's a great round, but it's not one size fits all. For those who value control, comfort, and confidence over brute force, 22 Magnum might just be the smarter choice. As always, the best gun is the one you carry, train with, and can actually handle under pressure. What's your pick? Classic 9mm or underrated 22 Magnum? Let us know in the comments and subscribe for more real-world gun talk you won't hear anywhere else.